DJ.
The new moon.
Step by step, as we climb through the noise, we will rise. Voices strong, we won't shy. Love the light, let it drive. We are breaking chains. We are igniting flames. I will stop in this multi fade. Focus on through this heart, no good to locate. Round and round, we can see all the stalkers spin. God is real, hear me now, let the truth begin. The earth is flat and I won't stop. In shadow band, this wild debate. We are awake this time, my friend. We are made by God. We are breaking chains. We are igniting flames. We are breaking chains. We are igniting flames. We are awake this time, my friend. We are made by God.
Makes me wonder about the cross, doesn't it? Why did the Romans use that for their
I wonder if
symbol?
DJ really is a skinny guy with a black shirt on and a black pant. with goofy
Yeah.
googly eyes on his face.
Don't tell him that. That's bad.
That would
Hey,
be
Jeremy.
fucking
Hey, over.
fuck though, right? If you saw him for real and he really did look like that. He'd be like, wait a minute, what? That would
I'm
be
sharing
funny.
this thing. How's everybody doing this evening? Good.
We're doing fine, but we're in the dark.
He's playing in the dark.
Dude, my cat has this bald spot on the side of his body. And it wasn't there yesterday. Me and Dave were sure of it. But today, all of a sudden, there's this huge bald spot on the side of his body. On his fur. His fur is completely pulled out right there. And it doesn't look like, I mean, I'm assuming it got yanked out, but who in the hell would hold on to a cat's fur that hard that would pull a whole patch of fur out? And he hasn't been licking it. No, there's no injury there. It's just like, it's like someone shaved him. Like spot on his body. It's weird. I've never seen it before. I've seen cats lick like a wound, you know, until all the fur was gone. But I've never seen them just lick an empty spot on their body and just pull the fur off completely. And then not even be licking it ever. I never noticed them licking it. But just for some reason, there's this bald spot on the side of my cat. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell it got there. I'm like, well, what could get on a cat that could make all his fur fall out in one spot that wouldn't hurt him, that wouldn't be shaving him, that wouldn't require him to be held down, because I don't think he likes to be held. So I'm trying to figure out how the hell he got this bald patch on the side of his body. The only thing I can think of, the most logical thing I can think of is, I do have some glue traps in the garage, some small ones for mice, and maybe he got some of that gooey shit off one of those traps stuck to him, and he just kept pulling on it and licking on it until it all came off, and he did it overnight or something. That's the only logical explanation I have.
Hard way of shaving, dude.
No, it's like literally looks like it got shaved, but you can tell it's not shaved. You can tell it was pulled out. But it's like, how the fuck did he do that?
I have no
How
idea,
did he
dude.
pull that fur out of? I mean, it's a huge bald spot. It's like bigger
get
than a quarter. Overall, it's like a large spot. It would hurt really bad if somebody pulled that much fur out of your body. I mean, down
Are there
until
any
there's
feral
no
cats
fur,
over there?
completely remove the fur like it was meant to be. It's weird. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up on the line and make sure that it's not some creepy ass weird like ringworm or something weird.
I don't think so, dude. It sounded like he got in a fight or he got into something.
Like yesterday, I swear, yesterday, the day before, I've petted him, I've held him in my lap. He was in my lap last night. If I was petting him, I would have felt that bald spot. You know what I mean? Like it's right on the side of him, like where you see it. And I'm trying to figure out if it was there yesterday, how did I not see it? And if it wasn't, then how the fuck did it get here overnight? Like, how did he lick all the fur off his body in one spot in one night? It doesn't make any sense.
Huh.
It looks like fleas. It doesn't make any sense. It's like,
No, it doesn't.
It's like somebody came up to him and just and buzzed the spot on the side of his fucking. What it looks like.
Well, speaking of animals, since you're on the topic,
But it's perfectly
got some
straight.
birds,
It
dude.
looks like a crooked cut, but it's weird, dude. It's like
You should
it's
check out
almost
Jim.
like it's falling out because of radiation or something creepy. It's just strange.
No, I wouldn't do that. Hey, Lev.
I don't know. We found mercury in this town before, right on the street. Somebody just dumped some like liquid mercury on the street. Why
You
the
should
fuck
check
do
out
you
what Jim caught on the video. It's pretty
Why
cool.
would anybody dispose of mercury? As expensive as the shit is, why would anybody just dump it on the street?
Mercury's not that. Nah. You can
It
get
would be
mercury.
if you had like a puddle of it. I mean, if you had a huge puddle, you could make a lot of fucking, you could make a lot of fucking thermostats with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, I got somebody coming in. It sounds like. Let's see who's here.
Oh, why
Maybe that's Scott. He was talking to me earlier, or it's Lev.
Is it
No, it's not.
fucking musician?
That's two of me. No, that's my screen share. I'm getting whirly birds, dude.
Why is it getting worse?
I don't know. Internet
You know,
sucks.
it takes itself and catches up again. That's the part that fucks with my head. Makes me
Well,
want
Jim
to.
got a falcon attacking his birds, dude.
But it's not really chasing itself. All it's doing is just presenting
not
itself
even hearing me,
and then disappearing. But it's fucking weird. It makes me think that it's chasing its tail. Reminds me of a dog.
Hung up on the cat, aren't you?
No, I'm saying that thing reminds me of a dog chasing his tail.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a dog that's really fast and chasing his tail? That's exactly what it reminds me of. like a dog just fucking loop, just chasing his fucking tail, like,
Just
and he
think,
won't stop. And it's like, dude, and finally he'll hit his head on the wall. Really good.
I'm sorry.
Man.
I just tried to refresh it, see if it stopped whirling.
What's banned?
But
I don't want to see what's
Yeah.
banned.
it stopped. Now, what were you saying?
What's the tree thing all about?
Oh, that's Jim got a falcon attacking some pigeons. It looks like earlier on video.
Oh,
I've seen this happen in real life. Falcons are predators.
Yeah, fucking mean those sons of bitches. You know, eat anything. You know,
Yeah.
anything that's fucking. Falcons are like, what do you think they shape jet planes like fucking falcons diving and shit?
Oh yeah, they're aerodynamic as hell. Seahawks and falcons are two of the most aerodynamic, fastest birds on the planet.
200 something miles per hour. What is the bird called?
They're called Earth a Planet for a minute.
No, you remember the bird I'm talking about? There's a bird that can dive and attack like from the air, and it can like get up to speeds of like 200 something miles per hour.
That's a Seahawk, dude.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's why they named the football team the Seahawks. They're the fastest bird in the world.
But that's exactly what the fucking stealth bomber looks like. It looks like it's shaped almost exactly like a bird diving.
Mm-hmm.
You ever noticed that?
Mm-hmm. I have. Let's take a look at this falcon.
I always wondered why jet planes look like they do, and they actually do resemble birds because that's what they're shaped like.
Yeah, God made the best
actually
aerodynamics in the world.
Stalling, like in a jet plane, when you're stalling, it's best to have round leg-like things that it makes you able to actually change direction. It's weird.
What a kingfisher can dive up to, like, I think 30, 40 feet into water.
A Seahawk can dive fucking hundreds of miles an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah, but they can't submerge themselves like a kingfisher though.
Yeah, I know, but
there's a difference.
Yeah, but seagulls can dive, get and catch fish in the water as long as they're on the surface. But yeah, you're talking about one that can dive like 10 feet down.
Bit further than that, I think. We'll look it up.
I know some pelicans can dive that fucking fast, but once they hit the water, they slow down, but it doesn't hurt them for some reason. It's really strange. They hit the water hard as fuck, and they come up with fish every time. Like, I mean, there's different kinds of
Let's take a look at Jim's birds. You ready?
We're talking online. The library.
He's actually talking in this video, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Falcon.
Yeah. I think they're defending their nest because falcons like to go after the young. Yeah. I'll turn it down a little bit. I watched falcons dive in the sparrow's nest and like go after the babies and eat them.
Dude, I think sparrows fucking attack all kinds of things. They attacking squirrels. They attacking people. They attacking lots of things, dude.
This is a falcon attacking sparrows, though. Like
yeah, I know, but yeah, look at you can see,
Hey, Shannon. Is that the name of the falcon that can drive the? He's got it here, I think. He's a bird man, so we could ask him. I was always told it was a Seahawk. He had an eagle attack his drone. That's a good one. Anybody got any penguin receipts? No.
Look at the California window.
We can barely hear you, Ryan. Should I turn your volume up? That's a cool video, Jim.
Because whenever you play media, then I can't get it.
No, you're just muffled, like real low.
Oh, maybe it's the headset there.
It's like you got a sock in your mouth.
Shit, it's hard to get out of the thing hanging on my
There
neck.
you go. They're much better. There you go. Whatever you just did,
Whatever I just
that's a
did,
money shot.
I unburied the damn mic. That's what I did. Sorry you can't see me. There's not a lot of light on it.
Well, my third day at work was quite trying. Let's put it that way.
Third day at
They're
work
testing me.
was trying. How trying is it?
They're kind of like giving me like a super attitude, like they're on the streets kind of thing.
What?
Yeah.
Like there on the street? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Attitude,
you know how it is on the street. I mean, you've been out on the streets. I've been on the streets at 3
Yeah,
years.
people you work for are being that way, or the normal
I
people?
work with, not the people I work for. The people I work with.
Oh, okay.
Big difference. Yeah. They're just trying to fuck with me. They're like throwing out all kinds of little hints and shit. Like, yeah, I get it. There's like suburban kids trying to act like they're from the ghetto.
Is your on there? That's super. You guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're good. So the title of the show I was doing was Heading Always Works. It's always a good flat earth proof.
Heading.
and I wanted to-
always work.
Yeah.
You're giving someone head, you mean? Heading?
Well, when you take a heading, you have to have a direction, correct? And
Well,
directionality on a compass actually.
Apparently. You could just be floating in free space and then just decide to go a direction.
Where?
Yeah, but you do have to choose.
When? How would you live there, though? You can't live in free space.
I don't know, Ken.
There's
Why
always
not?
some kind of containment, right?
If you went up high enough and just fell, you could fall for long enough, maybe. You might have
No,
to go
I think
back
that's
up.
what they do at NASA. That's really all I get out of it. And they use balloons and other.
But here they
originals
only
to
get
actually
5 or
get
6
these
minutes at the most of falling before they have to climb again.
Yeah, they don't have enough thrust in those rockets to go as far as they say they do.
Well, don't they have to Oh no, I guess they don't have to in the plane. All they got to do is
But
just
they're-
lose altitude at a certain rate, right, to make it free
Yeah.
flow.
And they got to come in at a certain angle.
But that's not the same as.
Further,
See, I don't think that's the same thing that no gravity at all would be. I think no gravity at all would be like a helplessness. Like you wouldn't be able to like switch the air and move around or anything. You'd just be
Well,
like,
you
if you push
just-
the
you just
direction,
described
just keep
something
going.
To
So you
that,
hit something.
that gravity.
You know what I mean?
Well, see, gravity has issues, several issues.
I would assume that if there was no gravity at all and you were like weightless, that you would literally float like in the water.
Gravity doesn't cause weight, though. See, in my opinion, people may
No,
believe
I
there's gravity that
But
causes it.
I'm just saying, even it, well, however you want to explain it, however the downward force works.
Well, there's an upward force that works too. It's all media
Hi, Jenna.
required.
Roger.
Yeah.
Roger.
Hey guys, I put the GoFundMe in the chat. Hand it out to people. Find a rich fucker. I want to just shut Duffy up.
I don't like anything anti-Christ, anti-matter,
Anticlimactic. Dude, that's what he's saying.
Big Klein, how you doing, buddy?
Anticlimactic. I mean, we're not having a climax to it. That almost sounded something. See, everybody has this conceived idea that there is such a thing as gravity. They're really, because it's so bred into you. Because it seems like there's always a downward bias.
No, but but when I say gravity, I don't mean like what they say gravity is. I mean like whatever causes the downward fall, whether it's electric or what it is. I don't know, but
Well,
whatever.
the only thing that electricity actually does with any kind
shows
of buoyancy.
Duality. You have to understand duality. God does everything with duality. It's like you have good, bad, light. You have up, down. You have left, right. You have in, out. You know what I'm saying? Like there's all these things. There's matter, antimatter, whatever. There's opposites to everything.
There is
The only thing that doesn't
Sure.
match that is
antimatter.
the Trinity is the only thing that doesn't match that.
Hey, Liv, how you doing tonight? Can you talk?
Hey,
Or are you muted?
how we
Good.
doing?
I see something coming through. Beautiful, man. I'm glad to see you here.
Can you hear me?
I still haven't got Restream up and running yet. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Well, there has to be an up and a
Oh,
down.
I think
Otherwise,
it's the delay.
I mean, it doesn't make to be going in all directions. There has to be
Oh.
an in, out, up, down.
I'll drop.
Ryan's still
Yeah.
stuck on his
Come back.
gravity.
Who is that?
It's Lev. You gonna drop and come back? Yeah,
Lev?
he's got a delay.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that what he always does? He comes in, he leaves, he comes in.
No, a restream takes a lot of his data, and he can't stay in long.
Well,
It was
for
doing it
playing
to me on Flatches the other day. Restream was doing it on my computer. It's like they've made a lot of changes that add a lot more data to what the server has or what their stream has. So it takes a lot
Well,
more,
ask somebody in the chat.
a lot more memory to run it.
Okay.
Anticlimactic. Yeah, I'm not trying to be, but I mean, yeah, the only thing that it changes, like electric, actually changes molecular in a matter state. It changes the bonds. It tightens it up. It makes it more resistant to the medium. That's why it floats higher or goes higher. That's what electric does. That's where they get the static electric forces. Hey, Lev. Once again, can you hear us?
Hey. Yeah.
Hey, Lev. What's up, dude?
Oh, he's having problems, dude.
No,
I wish I had StreamYard up and going, Lev, but I don't have any free time left on it, and I haven't had any free cash in the past 2 weeks. Matter of fact, I'm overdrawn on my account due to the fact that I was unemployed for 3 weeks. So,
just now,
just now getting caught up with the bills.
Yeah, he get his check so he can pay his bills and then be broke again.
Yeah. Yep.
Let it.
That's how they do it, dude. They keep you in that
Do whatever.
race. Hey,
Yeah,
Lev.
just to pay your bills and then
See,
be back.
I was hoping to say something without Ryan saying something over it. Lev, are you here?
That's right.
Yeah, restream
Yeah,
threw me
yeah,
off that time.
Yeah, I bet you it did. It was doing that to my computer the other day when I was over on Flatses during the show. It did it like 6 times. It literally bumped me off. I don't know what it did. I think it takes a lot more data memory to run Restream. That's why it overloads your phones and stuff.
I think it's because you're in the
I think it
war,
like
that's
anytime
why.
you get an alert, it seems to say like I get like the have you what if you lose your phone alert thing, you know what I mean? So it's always giving you that type of thing. Like so every time it does that, you can tell it's struggling and glitching, but it shouldn't be giving you that all the time. It shouldn't be giving you that notification. That should be like, you know, if you reset your phone maybe, but I don't know, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I see you've been putting more documentaries out.
Yeah, this mini series has turned into a full-blown series. I've got more to do as well.
Your
The
comparisons
previous
are pretty
series,
I like them.
oh, nice one. But yeah, like you've got like people that are like against the Taurus field, but the Taurus field's like part of your anatomy, and so you know it's gonna like made in the image of God and all that kind of stuff. Then it's almost like denying God is to deny the Taurus field in that kind of sense.
Well, everything has an electric impulse and a field to it. There's obviously that, and I think you could probably equivocate that to maybe gravity if you want to look at it like that. But you know, density and buoyancy, or density itself, is relegated to electrics to a point, right? With bonding, like you can even bond some gases with electrics. There's a lot of gases you can't. There's things that are free flowing, unbonded, but if they're bonded matter, if you apply electrics to it, it does change things real quick, right? Like when Anthony electrified his egg. You remember that?
Like the
put it in the microwave, we'll find out what happened.
What'd you say?
He goes, boom.
Are you on a delay still, Flip? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. What about the egg?
Oh, he put. They said that Anthony couldn't change the density of the egg, so he changed the density of the medium. He added salt to the water You know the third grade experiment you did when you were a kid?
Yeah, I've, se-
Get
I've
the egg to
seen that.
float.
But
Yeah.
I think there is a slight
Well, what
delay
he did,
actually.
he had electricity to it, and he got the egg to move side to side, not just up. He was showing electricity
Well,
actually creates a force.
I think electricity is a big thing with the torus field and like part of creation as well. So like when we look at all these wandering stars and all this kind of stuff, we kind of see like lightning. So if that's like glass, like, and it's containing all the sand or whatever's in there, then that kind of melts and becomes the glass kind of thing once it heats up and all that kind of thing, and then it goes and it's cooled down again, right? And you're seeing all these lightning storms within it. So it's showing you like that's part of that process. So part of the creation process in that kind of way and stuff. But it's part of like the torus field. So when you create an energy ball, if you were to create one so powerful, then you'd be able to produce electricity in that kind of sense and stuff, like like a byproduct of the torus field, you know.
I mean, like,
I mean,
like
you need it. You need it anyway, don't you? Like for your heartbeat and all these kind of things. Yeah, like I heard.
You would be
I,
glad.
I can't say it.
There's a current going through your body, coming and it pulsates from your heart, controlled by your mind. Correct? It's like the control center for it all. Your mind actually is like
Your mind's controlling what?
yeah. Well, it controls all of the rhythmic patterns in your body. Comes from the pineal center. There's a rhythm in it.
Would have come
too.
from the heart more than anything else. The heart's the main.
There's a lot more electro. Yeah, I've seen a lot more electric activity in the mind though during CT scans and stuff. But I'm pretty sure there is I haven't never seen a CT scan of the heart neither, so I wouldn't know. Have you ever seen one, Liv?
Your consciousness is in your heart, so it's like all your intuition, all your that comes like people which have got different form of communication, but it's like from that. Yeah. It's literally from that consciousness of the heart. You know what I mean? So like that process of the brain, it won't work and all that kind of stuff. It won't function for it, but they've still got that internal kind of acknowledgement of things and stuff. Like when I were ill and I were kind of in that kind of state, and I couldn't respond with what I wanted to because my brain couldn't express it, but my heart still wanted to express it. You know. But yeah, the brain's still got a lot of electrical aspects to it as well. So. But gravity as well. Like when we look at that, like the peacock feather, and so you can see where there's a center line within it, and that's where waves are. So you look at it like a glass ball, and you're looking inside like a bubble of consciousness. So you're looking into the world. You know what I mean? So like that way we're looking at Jupiter and saying that we're looking into a glass ball in that kind of sense, it actually makes sense when you look at the peacock feather. You know what I mean? It sounds like a crazy idea when you're looking at Jupiter, but it's because of the previous propaganda that we've had of it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, the narrative of space and Star Trek, etc. and stuff like that. But you see it in that kind of perspective. So then you can see like the top half at torus field is squashed onto the bottom half. So then that's where your gravity is spread out across that flat area. You know what I mean? So it's like it's the torus field which is creating it basically. The magnetism between them both, because it's two. It's like, you could say it's male and female. It's masculine and feminine. The binding of the two, which is kind of created a realm. So it's like the marriage of the heavenly father kind of way.
Makes sense.
Well, people do have to bang in order for kids to happen. So
yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't say it. You had
you dirty-minded old fart.
Little friction there, but
yeah, it's one of Well, in terms of like the scientist world, like they say that that's procreation is the purpose of life, isn't it? So, it's a bit limited because it misses out the aspect of love and what you get in between all procreation, family time, people, relationships, uh, all that kind of thing. Which is like that is the purpose of life,
Yeah.
because like that's why the realm was created, so we could experience in that kind of way.
I'm glad you're still calling it the realm. Everybody's like getting their like, don't call it that. Like everybody's like, we got to get out of these catchphrases and stuff. We're being stereotyped constantly. And Lev dropped out again. Dang it. Oh well. Ooh, what's on the tree, Ryan? What's on the tree? Tell us.
Who cares what you call it? What's on the tree?
What's on the tree?
Oh, that was me hanging on the bar. I'm poking holes in the ground.
Step aside the other way.
What's this?
What's on that tree?
That's lemon.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I didn't know you could see that from there.
Oh,
Yeah, I just can't.
light propagated that far, dude.
They're big ass lemons too.
I think Lev made it back.
Cool.
Did it kick you out again?
Yeah, my phone's overeating. I think that's what it is.
It does it to my Apple too. When I'm on the phone, I can't do restream. Look, those are huge, dude.
It's a lemon.
A lemon. Yeah, I think a lot of our fruits and vegetables grow in the same pattern too. Look, peel that lemon open, like my orange I'm eating here.
Yeah,
In the center, you get like a toroidal pattern. The same with an apple too. The apple is one of the best examples.
It's
That's
what do
in
you
that
call it?
first
It's
series.
beautiful
I
because
compared it to Taurus
it has
Field.
symmetry,
Yeah, thanks.
but it's like a brain because it has sections. It's split in half. It splits in quarters. It splits in thirds. You know what I mean? I think there's 6 pieces of it, right? Isn't that how it works?
Mm-hmm.
There's 6 sections in it, something like that.
Did you do the apple, Lev, in your example?
Well, apples don't look like lemons, but
Well, look at their seed pattern when you cut them open, and from the core out,
But
it's got that.
they have seeds.
Like the pomegranate, it's the same way. Any of the
represent
Pomegranate's
It's a
awesome.
chakra.
Pomegranate has exactly
Chakra.
so many pods. Every one of them does. You know that? Perfect.
It's a
Everyone's
chakra
perfect, even though it
invisible.
doesn't.
makes
Right.
it,
It's in the shape of God.
in the shape of. Now you
God.
sound like the Wonder Twins.
It's not God himself.
Yeah,
it's the way he represents himself.
That is it's
Well, I think everything
God's,
in nature forms it, doesn't it?
God's a giant chakra,
So you get
and we're inside that chakra.
1, 2, 3.
So
4,
the
5,
the
6,
lemon
yeah,
or the
that's it.
flower, it takes
Yeah,
upon that shape.
it's kind of-
So that's why everything is chakras and micros at macros at refractals. Fractals.
Don't be a coral denier. Come on, do not do it.
10
Corals are fractal.
10 segments.
10. I think I got like maybe 12 out of this clementine.
Yeah, but I thought they were all the same.
No, they're not. Huh. The bigger the fruit, the more you get.
But I've had lemon. I had a lemon that actually was 4 lemons growing in one. It was really interesting. It literally was 4 lemons growing together in this weird pattern. It was really strange. It wasn't edible, of course, but it was really beautiful looking. It looked like an apple, like a Washington apple. It was weird as fuck looking, dude, but it was like 4 lemons smashed together. It was perfect. But these lemons are delicious, bro.
Well, these don't have seeds, which makes me wonder what happened.
Well, seeds, the way they get rid of seeds is they breed only certain, like they'll grow so many, like every year they grow so many different kinds of seed, right? Different kinds of lemons or whatever. And each one of those lemons will have bigger or smaller seeds. And what they'll do is over time, they just always keep the seeds and reuse the seeds that are actually the smallest. The ones that don't have really, really giant seeds in them. That way you don't even notice them, like watermelon. That's basically what they do with watermelon. Same thing. to get rid of the seeds, basically they're always there. It's just they're smaller and they don't grow into something that can actually grow into a seed. And the reason why is because they've been probably germinated or they've done something to it with electronic or whatever. They've done some way of radiating it or something to where it won't produce its own seed and it ends up growing. But you don't get more fruit in those kind of watermelons, by the way. They're just more stringy. Remember that. So when you get big seeds, then you don't get stringy watermelon. You get this perfect mass, and it's all like piled. And when it breaks apart kind of like sand. You know what I mean? Even though it doesn't taste like sand, but you know how watermelon breaks. Like that's how you know a good watermelon. But if you grow the ones that have seedless, they're horrible because they're not as sweet. They're stringy and they're nasty. They're just not as good. Trust me. Kind of like certain kinds of lemon. They're not worth eating or drinking the juice. They're more like for making lemonade because like these are Meyer lemons crossed with the grapefruit that's right next to it. So,
I'm sorry,
and it
guys.
does have
I got a
seeds,
little
but
bit
the
of
problem with the seeds is that these lemons, all citrus trees in California or anywhere else for that matter, I think, are from the citron, and the citron only grows in certain kinds of soil, right? The root would rot, so they just plant it on a sister type of plant, a tree, and they graft it. That's why we're able to have citrus in the United States. Otherwise, it wouldn't even grow here.
I didn't know that. All right, check out my avatar. If you can guess who this represents, see if you guys can do it.
I don't know what it represents, but I know it looks like an old political cartoon.
Well, it's a political cartoon, but it's not really that old. Yeah,
Right,
I'll put it on the big screen.
I don't know what it says or what you're meaning by it.
It says at the top, it's the Illuminati, it's the socialists, it's the Masons, it's the communists, it's the elite, and they got a rabbi with an elephant's trunk.
Somebody else. Yep.
I think Liv's having problems staying in.
Everybody points the finger. That's how they keep out of trouble.
It almost snowed here again today, dude. We're still in a cold snap.
It's been cold here. It was a cold front blew through here. It's been cold. I got my thermals on. I don't know if you noticed that. I do have my thermals on.
Mm-hmm.
Cold.
I see you're all dressed up. So what I want to look at is how many hours they lose with the Dateline.
They don't lose any. What are you talking about? Why do you mean lose that word?
The thing is, like, if you look at they actually tell you there's a missing. The time jumps on the clock. It literally does. Hey, Lev, you're back.
Dude, they also claim days aren't 24 hours long. They're 23 and something because that's how they explain the Earth facing the right way whenever it gets on the other side of the sun.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I think they're actually hiding a lot more land and space within these datelines.
They don't
give you.
You know what? I find it hard. I find it easier to believe that there just isn't anything else out there than I do that there's all lands and there's some kind of fucking ever going fucking. It's just dumb.
Well, when it comes to nautical travel, they don't have an exact time for most of it.
Right? Because space claims that there's this infinite fucking vacuum that doesn't exist.
No, I'm not saying infinite.
Right?
I'm saying you're being lied to about even the radius. Just from the radius doesn't exist. Well, not the radius of a sphere, dude. The radius of
circle.
Yeah, that's the radius, dude. The radius, the edge of it, the radial value, the sun covers what you see. That you don't.
I bet the Earth is actually shaped different than what we think. I bet it's not completely flat. I bet you there's parts of the Earth that actually turn and go different directions. I'd almost bet it.
Yeah, well, there's all kinds of crevices and crap, dude.
And I bet you that the realm that we live in, like the shape underneath the dome, like the space there, I bet it's not perfectly like what you think it is. I bet you there's like spaces where you could get to where you wouldn't even know it was there. But
there's one at maps where it's kind of like convex, and then like a water.
Even the early explorers, when they went out, they
get like wave.
But when scientists come along and they start using math and they start claiming that like things fold into themselves and all this other shit, you could stack things like fuck out of that shit.
That's nonsense.
I could even believe that maybe things could go through portals, right? Like that makes sense to me. Like that you could create some kind of a portal that would make you travel to one place from one place to another. That would make sense to me. Only based on that, I've seen it in video games and it makes logical sense. I'm not saying that it's possible. I'm just saying it makes logical sense, right? But anything else just sounds ridiculous. Like traveling through time and all this other dumb shit just sounds dumb. It's like, what would it look like? It wouldn't look like
Time's
anything.
just a construct, dude. Time's just how you measure distance and
No,
space.
time
do it
doesn't
psychically.
exist at all. There is only now. Future, it hasn't happened yet, and the past has already happened. So you only have now.
That's
So
all
you
in your
can't
mind, dude.
do
It really is.
anything now. And now is continuously happening. Get it?
Yeah,
Time
there's
doesn't
only
exist.
now, anyways.
It's
Yeah.
bad. I mean, for all I know, I'm dead already, and I'm just dreaming that I'm still alive.
No, you're not.
How
I
do
will
you
be
know?
talking to you because I'm not
How do you
dead.
know? How do you know you're not the fucking NPC in my fucking...
Here we
Special
get. We're going to mind in the jar now. Here we go.
No, it's not in the jar. This is straight from the Bible. Don't lie. Don't say that shit. Biblical, bro. The story of Lazarus explains it all. Just read that story. It explains everything to you. There is a place where
Like,
you
I'm
go
gonna-
and you don't know you're dead. You think you're
I'm
still
going to put
alive.
it to you like this. I did this in politics the other day, and a
What's
guy
it
was
called?
telling me his name's Hayuka, and he's like,
That's what-
because Nathan claims that nautical miles are done 69 arc minutes from Polaris. That's what he's been swinging on for a long time. The actual nautical mile is actually 60 miles, statute miles.
Water.
Yeah.
But I did overdo it a little
So-
bit. I wanted-
If that were the case, it's a greater distance from north to the equator. That means a greater distance to the outer ring. That's what James Ross Clark actually found when he did his explorations in the southern oceans. So if that radius is greater than what they put on the globe or any of the rest of these maps, that would mean there's a greater center to the north. So the circumference around what they call the North Pole is actually larger. That's why they had to make all these date lines. And
What?
yeah, you're not listening, dude. I've explained this to you before. I've walked you through it. I can draw it out on a map for you. I did it on a whiteboard. We've had this argument. You actually think
just go inside of
they
a belly
actually-
button. No one sees you. Come on. No.
no, they don't. No, you're not getting it, dude. I'm talking about a belly button, dude. I'm talking
You're not.
about the actual.
You're
You
talking
think
about being
the
the
planer? I'm going to draw it out for you. Let's see. All right, now pay attention. All right.
Nope.
See, the outer circumference of this circle is over 60,000 miles.
Who gives a shit?
That's far greater than the equator itself.
You got that? It always does. It's a can,
So
yeah. Most of it.
The center routes around the upper north are greater than they are. Ooh, Scott's here. Sweet. We get to have a nice conversation.
Over here again. God damn it. How do you get rid of these positions?
I don't know.
Are you talking about giant balls again, Roger?
No, not giant balls. Just a
Yes.
larger circumference, not a ball.
That's a giant ball. That's a bigger ball, Roger.
No, not a bigger ball.
Yes, it is.
No, see, it's flat. See,
A circumference is a ball.
Come from.
call it a radius, whatever you want to call it.
That it has a cone in it.
The point is that the inner center.
Oh,
at
you're
the north
speaking of a
line-
circle. A
Yes,
circle.
now you're getting it.
Okay.
Circling and coming are the
A
same
bigger
thing.
circle.
James
You
Ross
know
Clark
what-
actually got over 60,000 miles around Antarctica, and he
I
couldn't
love
find
how
it.
you dumb as shit
at all.
and nobody even
Ever.
laughed.
That's not dumb. That's actually what happened. It's documented.
Oh, it's good. It's good. You're not talking about giant balls. You're talking about giant
Good.
circles. This is
Yeah.
different. It's very different.
Yes, it is. All horizontals remain the same. There's no major drop that's going. Oh, that's definitely a ball. No, it rises and lowers slightly in great vasts and over mountain ranges. They
You know what's funny?
much
You know what's funny? Ryan's stance is perfect for this stupid freaking restream thing. Look, he's all up and down. It's like perfect for that.
Nice.
I usually hate this. I hate this setup normally, but like it's good for Ryan over there.
Yeah.
You know what this setup?
Hear that, Ryan?
I hear that. I
You
heard
need a
that.
pitchfork.
I heard the musician telling me what
And
he's
some
all about.
overalls to go with it. You'd be a farmer.
I do have overalls. Look, underneath.
Yeah, there you are. Those are coveralls. Those aren't overalls.
Dude, flannel and overalls, crushing. He's crushing.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
I'm
know.
fucking ghetto as fuck. I'm ghetto as fuck. No, that break
Did you
was
see my avatar I had up earlier, Scott?
What were you thinking?
No.
No, what avatar? No, I missed it.
You see it? Yeah, I'll show it to you.
What is this avatar you speak of?
This one. Can you read that?
No, I can't. Oh, wait, no, I can't read that. What does
It's
that
the
say?
Illuminati.
You have women blowjobs or something, bro. You can do lots of things for $40.
What did you say, dude? No soliciting on my show.
$20 you can buy an entire back on bikes that can stop crying about his fucking shitty ass phone. Complains about Rob.
Point a laser
Wait,
at
what
it
am I-
already.
What is that? Hold on, I can't read your freaking. By the way, your freaking weird font. The font that you choose, I can't read that.
This is Roger Michael Ledwell. That says Ryan S.G. and Scott.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's
You need to change it?
it's
Hold on. Jesus.
it's tiny. It's tiny on my phone.
It doesn't get no bigger. I can't get
It doesn't matter. By the way, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
I'll do it as big as I can.
You know what that is? What is that called? Italics and font. Oh, there you go. It's a little more legible.
Yeah,
It's more legible for me to poop on.
that's called Stay Puff. That's what it's called. It's marshmallow.
So Roger, really quick, I'm gonna say something. I mean, it's funny. So I'm watching skate videos now because of Roger Ledwell.
Oh, dude.
Water
Roger,
squirted on the ground.
Roger Michael Ledwell made me start watching skate videos again. Like I used to watch skate videos all the time, but then so Ryan, my wife says, "You're too old for that." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, she goes,
Break your goddamn neck.
"Yeah." She thinks that I'm gonna start skating again, and I'm like, "No."
You only
And
take
she's
this
like-
one fucking time.
She's like, "Oh, you're living vicariously." I'm like, "You're GD right. I'm living vicariously.
Dude, don't fucking start that fucking 30-something shit where you
I'm not gonna go out there and break my knees and my freaking ankles again."
You already fucked your feet up from riding skating already. I know you did because I fucked mine up and I hardly skated for that long. I'm with you,
Dude, I freaking
I didn't fuck
yeah,
my
dude.
feet up, dude. I busted my shins all up like you wouldn't believe it, and I smacked my face.
Oh
in the
yeah, Roger. By the way, yeah, I got shin. I still have 30-year-old shin freaking scars. The scars, though, the scars they remind you. The scars, Ryan, they remind you, don't they? Don't they, Roger?
Oh, yeah.
They always.
So why didn't I tighten those trucks a little bit more?
My worst spills, dude. They always haunt you. I'll lay down like there's a staircase, 12 stairs. They're about 2 foot wide.
The 12
And
stepping.
I went around this curve around behind the shopping center, and it just snowed like the day before, but it pretty much had half all melted. Concrete was clear. I'll eat over the stairs, and right at the bottom of the stairs, there was no shadow. There was a pile of snow. I landed right in it, dude. Hauling ass, dude. Boom. Skating, surfing across the concrete.
You got lucky, huh? You landed in the snow, at least.
Oh, no, there was no snow there. It was
Oh, so it looked like
It
snow.
was all concrete. It just landed in a pile of snow. Well, we got somebody named Cosmological. I don't know who this is. It's a crisis. It's Porter. Hey, Porter.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
What y'all doing tonight, man?
Not much. Just talking about the, I guess, the radius of the realm we live in and how it's
Oh, yeah.
probably greater than what they show on maps. That's
Right.
basically what I was starting off there.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting topic. Mhm.
Who is that talking? Yeah, I recognize the voice. Yeah, I do. I recognize it, but I don't recognize the text. Where is it at?
This is I think this is like the second time I've used this app, I think.
What, the restream?
Yeah.
Is it-
That's why I don't have an icon.
Oh, look at us. We're like the Brady Bunch. We're like the Brady Bunch.
I just need to grow my beard out a couple.
I got a hunch.
So hold on. How do I switch the camera? Oh, the camera.
My
Oh, watch this, Roger.
Okay.
Watch this, Roger. So look, so this tiny little scar. I'm like Wolverine, right? So that tiny little scar. Where is it? Come on. Tiny little scar on my leg was a grapefruit at one day.
I don't see
From you can't even see anything, right? How about these? Can you see? Can you see these when the? Can you see when the wall fell on my? You can't even see it. You don't.
I can see it. Yeah. That's
No,
all.
you can't. You can't tell. So the wall fell on my leg, on that one leg, but the left leg was from freaking rollerblading. By the way, Roger, I used to rollerblade.
Gayest
That's
sport ever.
yeah. You would say gay, wouldn't you, Roger?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Guess what? Can you do it? Can you do it?
Yeah,
I tried.
I
Mhm.
was an avid
Yeah.
speed skater back when I was like 12.
I got a brand new.
So
I got a
I was in
brand
roller
new
skating and ice skating.
fucking that I haven't ridden.
The only reason we
Oh,
call it
you-
gay is because they were taking over our territories.
I know, dude. I was like a mediator. I was like, come on, guys, can we all get along? We can all do this together. You know?
Dude, I had jocks beat the living crap out of my friends that went skating through their neighborhood, dude.
Dude,
I almost got ran over by a guy with an S10 Chevy. He came after me because I was.
Wait,
skating
you mean
on
like a regular skateboarder?
Yeah.
Jocks?
Right.
Oh yeah, because I forgot you were back in that time when the jocks were jealous. They were jealous.
They
were
thought
jealous
we
of
were
your-
dude. Yeah.
Jealous of what?
Yeah, that's jealous of the fact that they were cool and the jocks were just freaking fags.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, pretty much.
They're cool because they were always busy. They were always at practice. They were always playing football, and that's all they ever talked about.
Exactly, and we had freedom when we were
And
skaters.
their girlfriends
They-
spent more time
like-
hanging out with me, talking to me because they were always fucking at practice, and their girlfriends would always hanging around somewhere on the school ground.
Oh
waiting.
yeah, the skaters always took the girlfriends.
So I started making friends with all the stoners because the stoners, everybody was afraid of the stoners because the jocks didn't fuck with the stoners because they were afraid of them because we all carry weapons and shit. We all have,
It was cool, dude. Yeah.
See,
Well, I
Roger,
didn't
this is
say
what I was thinking about. I was thinking about old school like skating. Like back in the day, it was so creative and like you just met people and hung out. Like back in the, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I like that Andy Anderson guy. Like that guy's freaking like old school. Pal Peralta, Rodney Mullen, freestyle.
any responsibility at all.
Believe it or not, Rodney's a stoner. I got to hang out with him for like 2 days. He was down in South Carolina doing a skate expedition.
Of course, he's a stoner.
This dude was just sitting in. He had an Astro van. He had a big
Well,
popcorn
Not everybody that's
sticker on the back window, and that's all he had, dude. He just cruising around in it. It was gutted.
They,
Had all
dude,
the
they're
skate
still
equipment.
doing that nowadays, dude. Like that guy, Andy Anderson, he's got a freaking, what do you call that? Ambulance. He got an ambulance. He lives out of an ambulance, dude. How cool is that? Like that's freaking cool.
Ambulance.
It's like he
That's
repainted it too, right? Yeah.
I mean, people die in either. Dead people are in either one, but I guess
Dude, it's ancient. It's old. It's
I don't think there's
decrepit.
anything cool about it. Ambulance, but
Yeah, a retired ambulance and bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
drive it.
All right, so I can't read what that says. Who is that? Who is that guy?
This guy's name's Porter, right here.
Porter?
Yeah, you never met Porter?
You don't recognize his voice. I recognize his voice. I just don't know where I recognize it from.
No, I don't recognize his voice at
He's
all.
on Sobs all the time, usually, or over.
Oh, okay.
Tim
I know.
Boyle
I know
somewhere.
where it's from. I'm saying like I don't know his voice. Like it sounds really familiar though. I swear I
Hey,
don't.
Porter, do you got your teeth with you tonight?
No.
You don't.
Wait. You forgot your teeth?
He's got
No,
some
I
fake
just
teeth.
do.
with him.
Character.
Well, you can tell. Where
I got
Roger
this
has-
character.
Yeah, he plays a
This
character. He's
Gomer
cute.
character.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know.
Dude, I'd hate to be like
Just a
these
little
characters.
bring a little flavor to the
Because we're all
conversation
business
sometimes.
and we're all fucking motley.
He's from Cajun country, man. He's got a lot of flavor.
Nothing wrong with that. Cajun's cool, man. Spice them
Well, I've done a lot of Cajun cooking in my day.
Oh, you know what's funny, Roger? Today I thought about this. I looked at the freaking what's his name, the KFC guy. What's his name? The KFC guy. Freaking the
Oh,
biggest free.
Sean.
Colonel Sanders.
Huh?
Sean.
Colonel
Yeah,
Sanders.
Colonel Sanders, right?
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel
Yeah.
Sanders. Colonel Sanders looks or Saab looks just like Colonel Sanders.
Does he?
I thought about that today. Yeah, totally.
But yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, the younger Colonel Sanders, like when he was like 65.
Yeah, if he gained some weight, yeah, he would look like Colonel. Because Colonel Sanders was a heavy set dude.
Yeah, yeah.
'cause He ate fried chicken.
No. Well, no.
He was
Before, that's what I'm saying. Before that.
Colonel Sanders was
Before.
What?
Before, back in the day.
Before, yeah, back in the day, like he's a younger Colonel Sanders. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
yeah, like before he got old and yeah, I know what you mean. But
So,
I think
guys, I wanted to,
at least he was a real person. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the icons that we have, like, you know, like what is it? McDonald's has Mac Tonight. Remember Mac Tonight? Remember that?
yeah, I remember that.
No, you're right though. You're right. At least he's a real person.
I actually like this.
At least he was a real person that was spreading the poison all over of the world, the globe. Even it says it shows you at every single KFC has a globe, and it says Colonel Sanders went all over the globe. I'm like, oh, to spread all the poison.
Oh, nothing like original recipe. I'm telling you, dude. There's nothing like it.
Was not poison. It's probably
17. What is it? 17 spices that are a secret.
27.
They're a secret, all right. Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah, I worked for a Jamaican that did jerk chicken. He had 81
Be thinking it's something
herbs and
different.
spices in it, dude. Ryan, you're
speaking of-
getting muffled again. We can't hear you.
Guys, fucking listen better. Like, can you use your ears?
Well, I can't. I'm using my ears, man. It's just like your microphone's moving again.
I
So I want
mumble
to
a lot.
I want to look at the.
Go with me, then you can hear what the fuck I'm talking
I was muted. It's 11 herbs and spices. 9/11 herbs and spices.
9/11.
Yeah, 9/11 herbs and spices.
Well, and if you remember right, what was the original thing they served there? They only served like certain items there. They had mashed potatoes and gravy, and corn on the cob, and what else did they have?
Well, they got all kinds of like beans now.
Oh, collard greens? Kentucky. I mean,
You used to have
Yeah.
greens. That was way back, but yeah, they weren't that great, but I liked them. But then I remember they got rid of them, and I was pissed off. Everybody was pissed off when they got rid of them, and then everybody just gave up on it, like they didn't even care anymore.
Well, now they
You know
just
what I-
serve
Always like
macaroni
that.
and
like-
mashed potatoes and gravy. That's it.
Like epic food, like chitlins and all that kind of shit. I love that stuff, dude. All that stuff.
You
is
love
bomb.
chitlins.
oh,
I love-
they do have in the South. They do have the chitlins and all the stuff in this. Not in Florida though.
Pork basically, or it's pork stomach, but whatever the fuck it is. It's just
All
fat.
the chitlins are all the innards. The innards.
Yeah. I
I
know.
used to
but
live down the
basically
street from a place called the
it's
Soul
basically
Shack. They served chitlins on a regular. You ever smell them cooking?
what it is.
God,
Pork belly's fucking worth a lot of money now. Think about it.
they smell like raw shit cooking, dude.
So Roger, do you like
Yeah.
okra? Okra? I bet you're.
fried okra,
I
dude.
like
Good.
okra certain ways, but I'm not nuts about it because it's mushy and gross.
Yeah, the mushy and gross okra.
It
No,
has to
It's
be-
gotta.
You deep fry it. You deep fry the shit.
Yeah, deep fried.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the way-
that's the only way. It's like it's only
Well,
edible.
It's all right if it's canned, like if it's in a can with other vegetables, it's not so bad. Like because then it kind of like diffuses the
That's the
flavor.
worst.
It's a very
Dude,
very
you know
potent flavor.
You know what's
If you
funny?
eat too much rice, it just tastes horrible. It tastes like vomit.
You know what's
You know?
funny is I moved to this place 4 years ago, and people thought that I was growing hemp, like quote unquote hemp, but they actually had okra growing everywhere. I could tell it was all like dead okra everywhere, and apparently
Yeah,
this guy tried to grow hemp though, and so all my friends came over and said, I heard you had a hemp farm." I'm like, "No, I just bought this house. Like I wasn't the guy that was growing the hemp."
It was just shit growing. Yeah.
Frank
Get back
Collar,
on
Frank Collar.
I want to play this the mainstream narrative of what the explanation for the date lines are. I want to hear their excuse.
The international date lines? Oh, you're not going to get a straight answer, dude.
It's
I
a
know.
political bullshit.
It's-
One place will be right on time, and one place will be right equal. and then
Yeah,
the
it's
next
political,
different-
but it's also shipping. It's shipping. It's all about shipping. Yep.
Well, yeah, a lot of it is shit.
I think they hide a lot of things with these political things. Politics just says it's a lie to me. That's
Well,
all.
politics is just another word for how companies scam you. Okay?
Yeah,
They
it's
use
a scam.
politics.
Yeah.
Right? They tell you these things are true when they're not. They'll tell you that this is true, that like people that grow farms, right? The crooked ones. They'll go around telling you that, oh, I got to spend all this money on extra water for all these vegetables. They'll make a big deal out of it like it's something. But then when you find out they have water rights, so they don't even have to count the gallons. They don't pay for any of it. It's just part of their rights of their land. They get the water for free.
So
They make a big
Ryan,
deal about, oh, there's 3 gallons to every fucking tomato. Bullshit.
Ryan,
like that.
if you say Polytrix, what does that mean? Polytrix means many tricks, right? You take one letter out, you got politics.
It's just rearrangeable a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of like heart and earth. Think about it. The earth is your heart.
Yeah.
It takes care of you. Think about it. The earth itself takes care of you. It does what it does so that you can survive. It was created just so that you could survive. It wasn't created for the animals. It wasn't created for
It
anything
was
else.
created by God. God.
Yes, but for
God
you.
makes it.
God
made it.
for us. He put it together for us, though. He put us here with this. This is a special thing for us. I know it seems like a big, horrible thing because of what we've made it into, but it's not really God's fault.
We haven't really made it that bad. They make it seem like it's worse, but it's really,
Well, no.
dude, it's amazing. Dude, if you go out in the world, out in the real level realm, it's freaking beautiful. It's everything. It's awesome. I love it. I love driving out in the middle of nowhere all the time, like I do every day.
Motorcycle out there and then just parking and just sitting out there and listening to.
All right, I'm gonna play this to see what they say about the date lines. I've never really looked at their mainstream explanation for it. I just know it looks like they're hiding some shit.
Of course they are, yeah.
Well,
and roll them. Roll
I
them.
made a promise. Someday I'll make a video about this whole messy debacle. So today I intend to make good on that promise. Here we go.
Nice beat, though. Kind of funky. All right, here's the big one.
This line
Yeah,
is
this
weird.
one's funny.
It's not a border, but I guess it kind of is. It divides something. If it's Monday evening and you fly from Hawaii to New Zealand, you'll cross into Tuesday evening and then back into Monday evening and then back into Tuesday evening. And because you've been flying for a while, now it's probably Wednesday.
Oh my god, dude. There's a solid 24 hours you're losing right there. And you get it back. How does that fucking happen?
Yeah, you can jump back and forth.
Why bother?
I don't know,
hmm
but why is that? Is there like a big missing piece of like water?
It's
right
timing. It's timing. It's all about timing.
I think there's like a section in here that they don't even account for. Like there's like little islands and maybe
Oh.
even smaller.
Well, yeah, totally.
If you're just going to go make this little arc to fly over to here, why can't you do a straight line past?
Well, if you think about like a flat Earth map, like they have to account for some times of, shipping and anything. I mean, you have to fill in the gap. That's what they did.
It's a lot slower going in the water than it is if you're flying, dude. And there's a lot more you got to account for, time wise. So yeah, you could lose a day like that shipping, easy, because it would take you longer to go to keep the dates, the times to New Zealand to Hawaii on that 24-hour scale. There's a big chunk. I'm almost gonna
Yes.
that they have shipping lanes that go other places that we don't know about.
Well, it's like Roger. Think about like taking a globe and flattening it out. Like a basketball or like a giant beach ball. Let's think of a 10-foot beach ball, right? And you spread it all out, and then you have to account for certain things.
An earth ball.
And there's
A
probably
giant
other
beach
places
ball.
where they can shoot these rockets to that we don't even know about, and land shit at other places that we don't know about. And they got all these like little bases of shit that the government knows about, and they're laughing their ass off at us, like literally.
Yeah, they're in the club and you're not.
Damn it! I should join the club.
No, don't do that.
Okay. Oh, Jaren's on his way there now. You know it.
I think he's failing. Honestly, I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I think they're like, we don't want you either. So I think he's gonna be stuck. I think he's gonna be stuck in between. Honestly, that's how I see it, dude. He's stuck in between, like the globies and the flatties.
Yeah. I don't think he'll find a good spot, especially after all the shit he's done.
Well, it's been 10 years, dude.
Yeah, I know.
10 years. He's trying to make a living, dude, and he's not. I think he's failing. So
Well, I don't think you can make a living. I can't make a living off YouTube. And anybody that tries to, or any of these platforms, there's always people with their hands out. You know, you're gonna end up paying a fee to somebody.
somebody, yeah, somebody paying a fee.
Yep. Now, we'll see what else they got to say about this Dateline crap.
Wednesday morning. You just jumped from Monday to Wednesday on a 9-hour flight. Better yet, jump in your boat on a Tuesday afternoon and go a few hundred kilometers south, and suddenly you're watching the sunset on a Monday because you drove south in your boat.
Wait, what?
So I want to understand this line. So naturally, the first thing I do is go into After Effects and try to map it out. As I scoured the internet for good data on this, I realized that everyone's international dateline is slightly different, from Google Maps to the CIA Factbook to the Pacific Island Ocean Observing System, which is an organization that has the elegant acronym of PAC-EUs. PAC-EUs.
It sounds more like bullshit to me, but keep going. How can the time change that drastic? I think the sun's making a wider path there. It takes longer for it to actually go out of view, so they have to stretch that out or compact it in that area.
Yeah. Well, Roger, have you ever thought about this, like where it might not be a circle, it's an elliptical orbit of the sun?
Yeah.
Or even like not even elliptical. It could be something we don't even understand how the sun works when it comes to like the direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, I looked at the old prog clocks, and remember how they have the solstice ring?
Yeah. The prog clock.
Yeah, that would be like an elliptical, or not an orbit, but a path of the sun as it goes above the Earth.
I didn't mean to say orbit, by the way. I meant to say path. You know, I'm just so brainwashed by the elliptical orbit thing. So.
You were taught that thing when you were growing up, dude. Everybody was.
Yeah, my whole life, my whole entire life.
The whole thing is that everybody, and it's just got to realize that everybody's going to say shit like that. It's the default. You just got to train yourself if you don't want to say it, man. If you don't want to fit in with the rest of the normies out there, be an oddball, be a flat earther. I'm out for it. Let's see what else they got to say about the Pacquios.
We saw Coyote last night again.
You did? Did you go pet him?
It was a big one. And Dave said he tried to shoot it away, threw a rock at it, and it just stared at him like it didn't even seem scared at all. I was like, well, that's a
They're not
problem.
afraid of people, dude.
No, they're hungry. That's why they're not afraid of people. Because they know people just think they're dogs. Most people just mistake them for dogs. They look like big German shepherds is kind of what they look like.
What are you talking about, coyote?
Coyotes, yeah, but they're fucking nasty little bastards. They'll attack you.
Oh, of course they are. Dude, they don't care. They don't care. They're like the honey badger. They're like, they don't care.
I will.
Honey badger.
I know all about
Fuck
coyotes.
you up.
Fucking predators, and they'll just kill things just to kill them. I know. They're just like my cat. That's why I don't have no respect for them. And they've already chased my cat a couple of times, and he's got a bald spot on the side of his fur now, and I'm not sure that that's not caused from something like that too. But
yeah,
dude, you're absolutely right, dude. Coyotes are bastards, dude. They just kill things to kill things for no reason. They're like the devil. They're like the devil of animals.
But you can only
they're feral as hell, for sure. And they're not afraid of you at all. That's in broad daylight. They used to come out at night.
They're smart enough to stay at a distance. Let's put it that way. They won't just let you walk up on them. They're scared enough to know better. But anytime we've seen them, they go after animals. They go after cats and dogs. Like, people let the dogs or the dogs get out, and they got a puppy, and a puppy's stupid. He'll chase anything. He'll want to run up on any kind of dog and try to play with it. And that's fucking the last time you want to do that. But I've lost cats before because I lived on the other side of town. Well, about a mile away from here, like in an area where the coyotes used to only go there. Now they come all the way down into my neighborhood. And I'm like 3 blocks.
Yeah,
away from the
you know why? Because nobody's going out there and shooting them in the face, dude.
Exactly. That's why.
I'm
And
serious.
that's why-
I'm not even joking. If you don't
No, that's
shoot them in the face, what
the reason
happens
why we-
though? What happens
do
is you have to kill all of them. You have to kill
Yeah,
the
I know.
whole family because they
The big thing right here
reproduce.
is a lone wolf. I think it's a female, and I think she's alone because she's got.
They reproduce like rabbits, dude.
They just like cat. They're just like cats. They breed like cats, but they're mean like.
Well,
dogs.
yeah. You know what's funny? I thought about this metaphor is about how people like Jaron is creating. People like Jaron are creating more flat earthers, just like when you kill the freaking, the rabbits or the
I would only
coyotes.
kill a rabbit to eat it. If I had to eat one, I wouldn't just kill it. For the
I don't know. I don't think I would eat it, dude. Personally, no. That'd be the last thing
No,
I'd
I'm
want
saying
to
the
shoot.
only way I would kill a rabbit on purpose is if I was going to eat it, like if I was starving.
No,
or
the
anything.
Bible says do not eat rabbits. Rabbits are not good for food.
If I was starving, I'd eat a rabbit. I don't know. I've eaten rabbit.
No, if you were
before.
starving, God will forgive. I mean, he's not like saying, "Oh, you're not going to heaven if you eat a rabbit." No, he's saying don't eat the rabbit because the rabbit is not food for humans. That's what he said in the Bible twice. So
Okay, now,
anyway,
he said that about pork too, but we all know why he said that about pork is because of all the fucking worms they get.
This is
well,
nasty,
yeah,
dude. They're
it's
filthy.
worse than that though.
But,
It's worse than that though, dude. It's
but
worse
the
than
reason
just the
why
worms.
it's because of their intelligence. I think is why.
No,
smart,
it's
though.
actually there's a specific type of fat that they have in the pork that's not good for us, dude. And that's what gives us cancer. This gives us freaking whatever bad things that happens. And everybody freaks out to, dude. I haven't eaten pork in like 7-8 years, whatever. And people go, "What? You're weird." I'm like,
Don't
dude,
eat a lot,
what do you mean?
Like I'll eat bacon and shit like that, but I don't like
That's
when it
pork,
comes to like
dude.
pork chops or pork roast.
Yes, it's totally pork.
ribs. But I don't eat a lot of pork. I like chicken and beef. But to be honest with you, I don't think it matters. God said in the beginning, He said He created animals for man to use as He wishes.
No,
They're-
no, I know what you're quoting. You're quoting something.
do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care what you
You're
say.
quoting. I think it's Peter. Peter said, in Peter, God said,
Yeah.
"Go out and talk."
It was Paul, actually.
No, it was not Paul. I know it
You
wasn't
sure?
Paul.
Yeah, that was Roman.
No, I know for a
What-
fact it wasn't in Romans, where he said, "Go out and eat of anything," and he said, "Well, I haven't eaten unclean foods." And God, what happened was, well, you guys can look it up. Just look it up on your own time. It's Peter. I'm pretty sure it's Peter 4 or something like that.
I thought it was Paul talking to the Romans saying, "Eat what the Gentiles eat in the temple when they serve it." It's basically
No.
commissioning.
Well,
it's actually
that might have been That might have been different.
Yeah, and what it was is because in Rome they actually sacrificed pigs to Mars as a sacrifice, and they serve it in the temples for food. So that's why they have it. It's a Roman tradition.
Yeah, I hate arguing about food because like you can do whatever you want. You just just read the Bible and you can
It's on
learn.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not a salvation
Anyway.
issue.
Yeah, it's not. So I'm gonna play this a little bit more to see where we go with Datelines. How much more crazier it's gonna get. I guarantee you, it's gonna get a lot worse. It's gonna just reveal like a larger.
About the date lines?
Yeah, it's gonna make this place look really larger than they tell you. That's what I have a feeling.
You should play it on 1.25 speed too.
Okay, I'll jack it up.
There you go.
This guy looks kind of comedic though. Doesn't he look kind of funny? You saw him. He's like, I want to unravel this puzzle.
Anyway, I spent the day scraping all the data I could and trying to map this line.
Looks like it's 195 miles or around 300 kilometers. That's a huge difference. There are entire islands with people that Google says are on one side and PackEUs say are on the other. Who's right here? Before we settle that, I want to dig into what this line even is and why it looks the way it does. Okay, so this whole crossing a line and passing over a day and going back in time and all of that is a little bit hard for, I know, my brain to get around. And I imagine that a lot of you came to this video hoping that you will leave this video with a firm grasp of what the International Dateline is. So I'm going to delve in and explain it the best I can. First, let's look at the Earth from top down. So we're looking at the Earth from above, like top down. Here's Great Britain over here. And of course, we've got our beautiful sun shining light onto our Earth, which gives us day.
Hold on.
Land that is
really
rotating
quick.
into this light.
Really quick. I just saw my friend, Mr. Super Sidewinder, tell me, but Scott hasn't had my Bunny McNuggets.
Yeah, Bunny McNuggets.
Bunny McNuggets. Mr. Super. He can't even get on because Restream won't let him on. I want Mr. Super, come on. Join the club. Join the show, Mr. Super.
Been on before.
I know.
It was
Not
probably
when-
StreamYard when I first started because
Yeah, that's probably what
I
happened.
can't do StreamYard anymore. Matter of fact, I can't get any free time unless I pay for it. Period.
Well, dude, my other phone, my backup phone, like won't let me on Restream for some reason. So I feel you, Mr. Super, but like Bunny McNuggets. Anyway, that was funny. And rolling.
Oh, all right, roll. Bunny McNuggets. I thought you said Bunny McNuggets. Bunny McNuggets. Yeah. Delicious.
Bugs
Light
Bunny
is seeing a
Bugs Bunny.
sunrise. Land that is transitioning out of this light is seeing a sunset. And it's the relationship to this light that we measure our time with noon being the point where we are right smack dab in the middle of the sun's light. So right now it's noon in Florida. Okay, you already know this.
Definitely heliocentric in his thinking. So we're gonna
look at their funny illustration.
but it gives the sun those crepuscular sun rays, how close it
Look.
is.
Look, you live on that tiny ball, and then the sun is that giant ball, Roger.
Yeah, but that's not 93 million miles, dude. I hate to tell you.
Oh, that's 93 million miles right there. Yeah. 93 million miles right there.
Whoa. Anyways, that's they literally think like this, don't they?
No, they don't think like this. They just are shown this, and they go, okay. They go, okay, I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I gotta be a slave tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm doing that now, dude. I'm making Arby's sandwiches.
Wait, are you slicing it with a slicer?
Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing all day.
Wait. Oh, you're a sandwich. Okay. We have the meats. We have the meats.
They're running me through a Mexican gauntlet. They got some Mexicans in there, so you know they're illegal as hell. And
are they scared, Roger? Are they scared about this new deportation laws that are trying to be gone through the government?
They shut back through the system again, right to the party line. Like, bye, going back home. See, dude, I've got some of my best friends are actually from like Sonora and Chihuahua, and they come over 6 months and they go back 6 months and they get
yeah.
security number, come back again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it works, man. You know, import, deport.
Not in Trump's town.
Not in Trump's
Trump town.
Yeah, some of them are hard workers, dude. You know.
Oh, dude, totally. I mean, if you're not coming in here bothering people, like totally fine with that. But like, if you're coming in here working for, I'm sorry, man, but like I used to work with people that just work for nothing, and then they just send all the money. They send the money back to their family in South America.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens? The economy starts getting a little wonky there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Think about it.
That, though, don't they?
It's a very basic concept, dude. You send money other places, then your money becomes worthless. Then what do we have? We have America's money becoming worthless. I don't even want to get
value. Yeah.
Yes, depreciation. Exactly.
Now, let's get back to
anyway. Go ahead. Let's learn more about this nonsense.
This heliocentric. Man. This is the way they explain the date lines on the clock.
But I'm setting it up here because it helps the dateline make sense. Let's go back to Britain, which is upside down right now because remember, we're looking down on the globe, like we're looking down at the North Pole. Also, this circle is pretty sloppy. Let's clean it up and make it a nice square so you can keep your eye on it. It's important because all time is measured from here, technically in a little observatory called Greenwich. So let's say here in London.
That's where they get all the mean time for the sun. That's where they create these date lines.
Mean, yes, mean. Explain what mean means. I mean, I'm not trying to joke, but like, what does mean mean?
mean.
Isn't that crazy to say? But like, I'm not joking. Mean means average.
Yeah.
You know,
The averages don't pan out, and you can see why.
exactly.
And that's I think they politically hide like islands off the South American coast on the Pacific side. There's
Oh,
a
definitely, dude.
vast ocean that I don't think that has been completely charted or probably could.
People don't even know the Pacific. Are you talking about the Pacific?
Yeah, Pacific. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's
Largest
crazy huge. It's insane.
The Southern Ocean's huge, dude. Monstrous, dude. It's that's where all the whales actually mate, isn't it? From what I know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, the warm waters of the South Pacific. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go north to don't they to have babies? I don't know. I forget.
Well, they mate there, and then they later. Yeah, I think it's north. And the whalers have been tracking those things forever. And if you get a hold of their charts and stuff, you'll probably find a lot of things you don't see on the globe.
You don't see it on a globe. You don't see anything on a globe. It's freaking nonsense. Look at that globe. It's so funny.
I know, but the globe is a quick way to learn the major continents.
Do you ever notice when you watch weather on the Weather Channel or whatever, and then they have to put that little globey part on the top and the top left and right, and you're like, and I'm like, dude, it's so funny because it doesn't make any sense. Like they're never right about the proportionality of it, like the proportions of like the size of the map they're showing on the weather, and they just have to put that globey part, the spherical part. It's so stupid, dude.
It is. And I mean, if you watch, every news program has a ticking globe in the corner somewhere.
A ticking globe, ticking time clock globe.
Just light the fuse. It's right at the North Pole. They did it back in cartoons, back in Danger Mouse. They had one where the villain was going to put the brakes on the poles. He had this giant magnet. He would put one on the South Pole, one on the North Pole.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's hilarious.
It is. That's true physics right there.
No, you know what that is? That's true mind
control.
Mind control. The brainwashing is what brainwashing. You're washing of the brain.
Yeah, there's some evil entity out there that can stop the world from spinning. Everything will stop. We'll all die. Dun, dun, dun.
But wait, the sun stopped in the Bible. Wait, that means the sun was moving? But the scary part is, though, the sun... Well, technically, the sun is moving around the great retractor, detractor, whatever, or the Milky Way, retractor, detractor, the Milky Way, though. Oh, yeah, the Milky Way. Yeah, the old Milky Way trick.
They had this girl on Eddie Banjo. She actually looked into the planar spheres, and she's matching it up with the sky. And she's like, the Milky Way seems like it's right over the arc of the dome. It's right dead center, and it marks. It's like an ear mark on it. It doesn't go across the whole Earth.
I don't see how that's possible, though.
Yeah.
How do you see? So the direction you see the Milky Way, what they call it, is not. Is it like towards the Polaris?
Yeah,
it's not, though. It's off. It's off to the edge, right?
Yeah, it runs across it, but it stays in the same position depending on what time of the year it is.
Well, all the stars stay in the same position, which completely proves we're not on the.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking. Like I literally like that blows my mind. I'm like, how do you people not think about that part? So all these stars,
Orion, Aries, and they're yearly in the sky. They have to be on the other side of the Earth. You wouldn't be able to see them at night. Like if you're on the ball spinning in an elliptical orbit, there'd be a point in time.
No, but dude, what I'm saying though is like if we were spinning like around and then going around the sun, doesn't matter about that part. But if we were spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, it doesn't matter how many miles an hour. But how do all the stars always keep a straight line? It's curved, but it's a straight. Like they're not like parallaxing at all.
No, and I've seen the examples. They claim this stellar parallax, and they don't really parallax. There's the slight motion, and I think it's just due to the actual rotation. And there's rotation points that don't even match up with the globe. There's one over the equator that actually does like the same rotation it does in the south, right over the equator. There's a center point where there's a certain group of stars that do a rotation just in that area. You understand what I'm saying? Like that won't work on a globe.
Roger, there should be like when you have a time lapse video, right? Okay, mm-hmm. So there should be X's everywhere because there should be stars from different angles.
Yeah.
Like seriously though, like there's never like all these tiny like giant X's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like from different rotations along, by the way, a flat level universe that they say that we live on.
You know that stars going east to west and north to south with the same stars.
Yes, exactly. It should be you should see star trails like off kilter and a little bit off here and a little bit off here. No, they're just always up there.
Really explain on their model, and there are stars that never move at all. There's fixed stars.
You mean geocentric? Geocentric.
Yeah, they're orbiting.
They're geocentric. Yeah, like Polaris, it barely moves.
There's more than just Polaris. I'll pull up a chart.
I know.
We'll do it on the next show. Now let's play a little bit more of the Dateline saga. You ready?
London, it is the middle of the day on a Monday. Okay, so it's noon on a Monday. The sun is shining right on London. So let's freeze time and look what's happening a few thousand kilometers east of here. In the middle of Russia, it's 6 p.m. The sun is setting. It's still Monday, but the sun is setting on Monday. At this same moment, frozen in time, over here in East Asia, we've got China and there's Japan. It's still noon in London, remember that, but it's late over here. The sun has gone down. It's 9 p.m. in Japan. It's still Monday. It's just late. The sun went down hours ago.
You want to know who rules the world? London. Because it's all
Wait, what do you mean? London, the Bank of London, the whole... Wait, what?
The Crown, the bank.
Oh, yeah, that guy? What happened to that guy? The king, dude. You haven't heard much about the king lately, if you think about it.
No, I heard he was looking for a job.
He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be a king.
No. Yeah, this is a shady career he's got, you might say.
So hold on, the king right now, like, let me ask you a question. So he was married to who?
Oh, the queen.
No.
Well, he's a bloodline. I know that.
What do you mean? Princess Diana.
Yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah, his dad was married. Yeah.
His dad was married to who?
His dad was married to the.
Yes, yeah. The actual, who knows how many queens there were? Anyway, I'm just saying. I haven't thought about this though lately. Have you thought about this? Like, what's he been doing lately? What's the old king?
Oh, go pick up a rag. They'll have some story on him. What he's.
Oh, I forgot. We have to think about what has the Pope been doing, dude. The Pope. I was like surprised he was still alive, by the way. And so on Easter, on 420, by the way. I mean, has no one thought about?
Shit. Hold on, I didn't know he was in here. It didn't give me a warning. Super. Hey, Super.
Mr. Super Sidewinder.
Sorry, dude. It should have warned me, but it didn't give me a beep. Can you hear me?
I didn't see anything. I'm not.
Oh, I came in muted. Yeah, dude.
Mr. Super. Hey, what's up, dude?
Long time no talk.
Yeah. Awesome. So I'm in chat. I don't see anything in chat, but you're on a restream. Welcome,
yeah,
welcome, brother.
Bunny McNuggets, dude. That would change your whole outlook on rabbits.
All
I'm
right,
telling you right now.
all right. Let me tell you a little story.
Oh,
The Bible
okay, I'll
says
tell-
the Bible says twice not to eat rabbits. And you know what's funny? I run over rabbits now because they eat my crops, right? And so my wife, she's like, I thought to myself, maybe I'll just run over a rabbit. I'm like, you yelled at me like a year ago about running over a rabbit and laughing, and now you're telling me that you might run over a rabbit. And I'm not saying to run over rabbits, guys, but I'm telling you they will eat your crops. They get in there and they freaking eat your crops. Anyway, what's up, Mr. Sidewinder?
So where in the Bible does it say that, dude? I've seen like
Okay. It does.
Leviticus and all the
It's about the cloven
unclean
hoof.
foods,
It's about
but
the.
I've not seen. Oh no.
Yeah, it's
dude.
unclean.
No,
It is
no,
unclean.
No, not based on that alone. No, dude.
Okay, that's fine. Dude, listen, you can eat rabbit if you want, but I'm
Well,
telling
okay,
you,
so squirrels. Don't
I've
have
done this
cloven
whole thing,
hooves.
dude. I've done,
They don't.
Mr. Super. I'm not going to argue with you.
No, but I'm trying
literally.
to figure out like what your basis is for discarding.
I will
rabbit.
give it. I will tell you. I will show you.
Leviticus
It's-
law, dude. That's what he's going by.
Yes. Well, it's from God though.
Is it?
It's Levitican. Yes.
Don't
It's
eat
from-
any unclean animal. And he lists
Yes.
off all the.
Well,
the
I
hoofed-
didn't. I never would have put rabbits in the unclean list, dude.
It is. It is. I've done
So
the math.
how about squirrels?
No squirrels, dude. They're rodents.
No
dude.
squirrels either, dude.
They're in the
Seriously?
they're in the rodent category, dude.
I know.
Yes,
I've eaten tons of deer,
But
tons of
lobsters in the
Yeah.
in the
Deer
spider
is fine.
family, so.
Lobsters are no lobster. No, dude.
No,
I don't
know,
eat shell.
know,
It's shellfish.
I
It's
know.
shellfish.
Feather and fin.
Listen,
Or feather-
dude, you're
no,
already
It's feather and.
you're
scale,
already
right?
60-something years old.
I
So
made it.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
I
would.
made it this far.
You
Don't
made
worry
it,
about it.
dude. You made it. You made it, and you're half blind, so it doesn't matter.
Dude. Yeah.
No, you're like 3/4 blind.
So Bunny McNuggets, just so you know, dude, you take the back straps from a rabbit, which are about the size of two of your
All right,
fingers put
don't.
together,
I
8
don't.
inches
I don't
long,
authorize this.
cubed, shallow fried. And
I don't
then
authorize
you
this.
set out like 6 bowls, and you do all these different dips, man. Everything from honey to hot sauce to mustard, ketchup,
Okay, so
salsa, whatever you like, dude. It's a dipping food that changes people's minds, man. They were like, "I'm not eating a
Oh,
rabbit." They tried
dude.
one
He's
of
not
those, and they're
gentile
like,
enough to
"You can't
eat
look at a
that.
rabbit and not think about the
Hold on.
No.
hold on. Maybe you went blind because of this.
Maybe, but I can say this:
Maybe.
if I had Bunny McNuggets, a big pile of them right here in front, we wouldn't be having
Then you'd
this
be happy.
conversation.
See, that's
No, we
pretty
just
funny.
wouldn't be talking right now, dude.
All right. Anyway, let's get off the food. Let's get off the
You know how many
food,
rabbits are in my neighborhood? I could have Bunny McNuggets every night.
dude. I want to kill
Try 'em
the
once,
bunnies,
man. You'll look at them
And then I-
different.
and then I want the hawks to eat them.
I'm pretty sure they're not huntable here in Denver. I'm pretty sure if
Not
they caught me,
Huntable.
if they catch me
Yeah, you're-
hunting rabbit, they will probably find the living crap out of me.
Yeah, because you live in a liberal freaking world, dude. Over here, everybody's like, "No, kill everything." That's what they say around here, dude. Seriously, I mean, not kill everything.
Gator. Gator's an unclean animal, right?
That was my joke actually, because Boston Ray and NDB ate gator bites. That's why
Yeah.
it was funny,
Yeah.
Mr. Super, because they didn't realize they were in Florida, right? Okay, so you're in Florida. There's gator bites, and they thought it was chicken. I'm like, you guys are retarded because it's not chicken. It's literally gator, alligator, retards.
Yeah, you know what? It tastes like chicken because Gator Farms feed all their gators chicken.
It tastes like salty fish. It tastes
They
like
do.
salty, fishy chicken.
There has
Yes.
to be a reason why everything tastes like chicken, or maybe chicken tastes like something else. I don't know.
Well, my dad used to say squirrel tastes like chicken. I'm like, Dad, you're lying.
It's a little gamier.
Yeah, it's a gamey shit. That's what he said. Anyway, what's up, Mr. Super Sidewinder?
Are you putting any new music out lately? Besides Boston Ray's last one I saw.
Yeah, I did that True Kings with Ray and Ry Russ, and I put out a new one with Lara, another like a Yuki play along type thing. It was pretty good, man. Just the two
Dude,
of
I
us.
never get notifications, Super. I don't.
I know, man. Like my internet went off the other day, and when I got it turned back on, I'm not getting notifications on anything, dude. Even if I flip a channel subscription off and back on, that usually fixed it. That's not doing shit, dude.
Yeah, they don't like us, dude. They
So,
don't.
Mr. Super, how do you feel about the time the what's it called, international date lines? Yeah.
It's like everything else, man. We're never going to get the straight answers, certainly not from them, and without going out and exploring it and trying to figure out why they did it. And most of these lines happen out in the middle of waters. So I mean, you can go out there, short of using their tag GPS to verify where you are, man, it's just all water. It's fucked up.
It could be a lot of different things out there that we will never see.
One of the obvious ones, though, is the one just west of the United States where it loops back on itself. And on one side of the line, it's like 24 hours different than the other side of the line. So, I mean, like,
That's what we're looking at right
Tuesday,
now.
and
Wait,
you take
what?
one step.
It's
It's Monday. It's almost 24 hours difference, like just taking a step. It's fucking stupid as shit.
Yeah,
It's like where their whole system, like when you create a system that has a bunch of errors in it, at some point, like when you check it back on itself or it loops back on itself or whatever, then you've got a big fucking error. And that's where that happens.
You had a giant error.
Yeah.
I didn't know Schlomingler is in here. You ever met him? He's a German. He goes over on banners all the time. But
oh yeah.
He's not in here, though. I think he's trying to talk to Snyder. FE Nation saying hi to him.
FE Nation's here. Cool.
Yeah.
So I did a show and like Sandy and Ray hosted it for me the other night. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. I don't want to.
I saw some of it.
Link, but it's on my what used to be community tab. It's just called Post now. So if you go to my site and you go to posts, you can see it. I pointed it to Sandy's show because they're monetized, man. I'm not monetized, so I'd rather.
What was your main point?
A really good show. It was really looking like taking a deep dive into the possible causes of the Mandela effect, rather than just getting stuck on looking at the end effects. I've always wanted to know what the possible causes was, and I found a video that really kind of summarized it all in one place. Like it wasn't a lot of new information for me, but it was a really good summary. So we kind of like we would play a short section and everybody do their commentary and whatever. It took us like 4 hours to get through an hour and 20-minute video. There's links to the actual video that we reviewed though too. So I mean, you can watch the shortened version of it. But
it took you 4 hours.
Yeah,
4 hours to do.
Yeah, because we can only play like a couple of minutes at a time and then comment on it. You know how it is.
Yes, to do 1 hour of actual. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? So what in a nutshell?
Hold on. I just looked at my subscription alerts and I didn't see anything from Sandy at all. I used to get them, but nothing, dude. I went back almost a week. I didn't see anything on. I don't get it. Sorry.
Well, we've been doing new shows on her channel, so I'm sorry you're not getting notifications, but we've been pretty active.
Yeah, I don't see them. I'd pop over if I get them.
So, Scott, you want the nutshell version?
Of what you call the Mandela effect is from?
Yeah, the possible causes. Yes.
Yeah, possible causes.
Right. That's what the whole show was. Is this the cause of the Mandela effect? And we took a deep dive.
Yeah. So give me one possible cause and go.
Oh well, okay, I will. Here it is, simple form. The double split experiment, which has a paradox built into it, but if you consider the possibility, you have to look back at some of the stuff that we have disregarded, like because we're so sick of the theoretical BS. But you really have to put those cards on the table too and shuffle through and what might and might not be true. Like, can reality branch and fork? Can there be different versions, like a multiverse?
No, I don't think so.
Can a particle? Don't answer. I'm just going to rattle through them. You asked for a nutshell. Here it is.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So,
go ahead.
Like the double slit experiment shows that particles behave differently if they're observed or not observed. So the whole concept of like Schrodinger's cat, which I always disregarded as a foolish thought experiment, if you look at it from a a quantum state point of view, it is sort of true that the cat is both or neither alive or dead in the box until it's observed. There's a seed of truth in all of this weirdness, like the quantum state of things having a third condition, that not just on or off or yes or no, but there's a maybe, a gray area, a fuzzy area where it's undecided yet for matter. And the idea of quantum suicide, like near-death experiences, if you really don't survive, your consciousness could jump into another version of you that does survive. So from your point of view, you never die. It's called quantum immortality. And I'm not saying any of these things are true. I'm saying
Okay, hold on, right there.
Need to be put on the table and analyzed.
Right there, though. Okay, I've been there where I thought I might have died.
So have I, a lot of times.
Okay, yeah. So, and I don't think that I changed into a different dimension, though.
Well, how do you explain things like this, Scott? Like, I'm not real big.
I'm just saying.
The idea in the part of the Mandela effect is people believe that our bodies have changed, like our ribs or our kidneys are up underneath their-
I don't.
You know the list, so I won't go through the whole list of them, but they think there's a whole bunch of changes, like the heart's in the middle now, and there's extra holes in the skull, and we got horns in the back of our skull. Now, okay, well, so all of that nonsense aside, because we can't prove it, easily.
Yeah.
But I had scars all over my body, Scott. I lived like I was on fire, dude. I had surgical scars on my knee. I had rip scars on my legs. I got shot when I was a young child. That bullet wound is gone. I got that shot in my arm.
Look! Mr. Super has way better scars than me, dude.
Those are gone.
It's gone. It's gone.
Those are gone.
Well, dude, some of my scars I was just talking about tonight are gone too. I mean, they're not gone, but they're totally gone. Mr. Super.
So the ones I'm saying were gone,
like
are gone,
completely gone.
So gone. Like you could feel scar tissue under the skin on some after. Like
yes.
Very, very visible, dude. These are gone. I had a
like,
heart murmur
completely gone
since I was a child because I had a growth spurt where my heart couldn't keep up, and I had heart murmurs and all sorts of issues with my heart. And it continued most of my life up until about 2016 when I realized all of a sudden, hey, I don't think I have my murmur anymore, and I don't have like a constant little nagging heart pain. All of a sudden, dude, just woke up one day, no more, gone.
Huh.
Around
Maybe
the same time.
That is freaking, dude. That is crazy.
Maybe
if you have zero like remnant of a scar from a injury, that's freaking
I have one leftover scar on my entire body, and I only noticed it because I was telling my sister about my lack of scars, and at that time we looked at my wrist, and I've got one scar left on my whole body on my wrist that's visible.
So that's what it is.
Of like 30, dude. I'm not talking about like 2 or 3. I'm talking about like 30 scars are gone.
That's a lot of scars, dude. Yeah.
Well, 30? 30?
I lived like I was on fire, dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm not going to convolute everybody's head with that whole Dateline thing. The thing is that obviously there are things in the Datelines that are hiding. Probably a lot of mapping and longitudes that don't exist or do exist in order to skip a day like that. How do they do that?
Schneider, that was Super Sidewinder talking about the scars. I see him asking in chat, whoever that was talking about the scars. That's me, Mr. Super Sidewinder.
That's Schneider. Hey, Schneider.
So, Roger, like, I remember thinking to myself, right, in the beginning when I was like, okay, so the flat Earth, obviously. So you can fly over the North Pole and, like, cut off, like, airplanes going, you know what I mean? Like, you can like just go back in time. Ever thought about that?
Yeah, that's like you know, remember to do with those things. Yeah.
Remember back in the day, like remember the Superman? He was like flying backwards, and he was like pulling the globe back in time to like go back to the future.
He was circling it so fast it caused it to go backwards in time. But he always went away. His little escape ice palace.
Yeah, but like So think about that in like the terms of like flying. Like, so you get a charter plane, you charter a plane and you can just fly over, like, you could just keep skipping over and you'll be in the future, right? Think about it.
Yeah, according to but that is not how it works, too. I wish.
I know, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's not how it works, dude.
Only in the movie.
Think about that.
I've always been
it's not about
drawn to the
movies.
North Pole to get to the truth of it. I've always been
Yeah,
drawn to the
dude.
North. Like all of this focus on the Antarctic bullshit, I think it was just to draw
You
your
know,
attention.
I
away
know.
from the
It's a
center, dude.
freaking. It is, Mr. Super, Dave.
Who on the
because,
panel
dude,
has seen this? Do you guys remember the
Right.
TV show Under the Dome?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
I use that
Watch
for an
that.
avatar every
Okay, so
other
in the
day.
very first
Yeah, he does.
episode, dude, the first thing I
Roger.
said is, if you can see the wall there and you can see the wall there, like from where it cut the ground, it was cutting the cow in half and cutting the barn in half and cutting the dirt and all that, so you could see where the dividing line was.
Yeah.
The first thought I would
the
have had
dividing
is,
line.
maybe this isn't a dome, maybe we're inside of a complete sphere. So I would have dug underground to see if it kept going underneath the ground and kept that curve angle. Okay, now we're in a bubble. We're not under a dome. We're in a sphere. And then the second thing, I would have really quickly triangulated it and gotten a direction to the middle. And I could have estimated the distance to the middle just by the radius of it, right? Pretty quickly.
Back to the radius.
On the sand, I could have figured it out. And the very first thing that you would want to explore if that situation arose is you'd want to go to the middle. What's generating
Yes.
this bubble? Whatever's generating this bubble is most likely in the middle. And we're in the same
that's
boat
why
right now. Are
the
we
North
not
Pole,
in the exact
dude.
same situation right now? The middle is the key, I'm telling you.
I know, because Ryan Zem, you know who Ryan Zem is, guys? Ryan Zem, he was trying to go to the North Pole, and he didn't do it, dude. He tried.
Right.
Yeah, that guy. Like, nobody goes up there, and I totally agree with you, dude. It's like they want to do, like, Will Duffy bullshit, frickin' South, the South. But, dude, what about the
drawing all
North?
your attention away from the center. That's drawing all
Exactly,
of it away
dude.
from the center. And we're going
That's
to
what I'm
talk
saying,
about their
dude.
nonsense for
There-
years, and they're going to keep coming on our channel and calling us idiots. We should just leave it all behind and go north, man.
And you know that, like,
There are
dude,
people
if-
doing it now, though. There are people who are.
no, there's
exploring
that's
the
what they say
There are.
about the South, dude. Dude,
No,
let me tell you, dude.
There's-
In Russia,
there's,
Roger, you try to go to Russia from freaking Alaska. Guess what? Ain't happening, dude.
yeah,
It
no,
ain't happening. There's
what I'm
all
talking
kinds of
about
places
is-
like that.
Yeah, there's a couple of
Go
kids
ahead.
up in Alaska that actually just started going up and taking charts and leaving Alaska, heading north, and they're finding stuff that are not on their charts. They're finding islands and mountain ranges.
You think?
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's like that one map. What's that one map? You know that one map that has like the. It's not the Urbano Monte one. What was the one map that has like the north looks all crazy? I don't know, dude. You can't even trust any of that stuff.
Are you talking about the Mercator?
No. There's that
The
one.
Mercator, the Hyperborea is the one that you're talking.
Oh yeah, the Hyperborea. Yeah.
The
That's
one that's got
Mercator.
Terra del Fuego at the bottom. and
No, not that one. No, there's a different one. It doesn't matter. The dude, the north is definitely because, dude,
There's more up there. There is. that
You're-
they don't-
like, dude, they act like it's like, oh, it's totally fine. Okay. Like I never even trusted the 24-hour sun in the north, even. Like, have you guys ever seen a 24-hour, like uninterrupted 24-hour sun in the north?
Only as a time lapse, but it was quite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
convincing.
it was, wasn't
Nothing
it?
like the
You
stuff they
would
got
have seen
that
from the
put
south,
out.
but it looks
It looks real, but do you trust it? I'm just asking.
No, I want to go. No,
Yeah,
I
I
want
I
would
know.
like to go too. But
I don't
the reason
trust
I want to go
most
to
anything
Antarctica
secondhand
myself,
anymore.
guys, is because I want to put Duffy's thing to sleep. I'm tired of the TFE.
Okay, well, Duffy's thing.
Roger, listen. There's been somebody there for
Yeah, I know.
50 years. If there was anything worth seeing, somebody would have leaked it, dude. Go think north.
Dude, you know what's
There's
awesome
nothing
though
for us
is
in the
I
South,
still
dude.
haven't even talked to this lady, but I know that her daughter works at Mercado, It's Mercado, right? Yeah, I think it's over on the
Murdoch?
Yeah, Murdoch. Wait, is it not Murdoch?
McMurdo.
Oh, McMurdo. Yeah, McMurdo.
Yeah. That's the one
Yeah,
that's
and
supposed to
so
be at the geographic south. Yeah, that's what they claim.
well, that's south of Australia. So at this point, remember I told you this like freaking 5 months ago? I was like, dude, I want to talk to her about it because I want to hear her sister's like testimony. I would love to. I don't know. I haven't talked to her about it because nobody wants everyone to be a crazy person like thinking that they're this flat. Like it's just like it makes you like a weirdo. So you have to play it. You have to play it by ear.
I like being weird. It's a good fit for me.
No, I'm totally used to it my whole life. But you weirdo.
Totally used to it.
You're like take a compliment.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
Thank you. Wow. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to work tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to round her out in about 10
All right,
minutes.
go to bed. Go to bed, Roger.
Wow. You got the coolest
the man's
guy
calling
on the
me.
panel and you're gonna bail out, dude. Wow.
Oh, Roger, you're gonna go work at Arby's, dude.
I know, horrible. I got to pay the man. They're asking
Good
for
luck.
money.
Good luck.
I don't own my own place.
Nice talking to you, Mr. Super.
I like all the colors in the Arby's meat, man. You get purples and greens and blues and all. That's kind of cool.
The rainbow.
Yeah. Yo, I always wondered, I'm like, where's this coming from? Dude, my dad used to call it kangaroo meat. Kangaroo meat because it bounces. It's kangaroo meat. Yeah, that's what he said. My dad, yeah, he's hilarious, dude.
They take a whole bunch of different cuts and they pile it into a big glob and they shove it in the oven for like 4 hours.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Don't tell me. No, don't tell him.
They didn't tell
He's
me
eating
what
rabbit.
it was.
He's eating rabbit.
I know. It could be rabbit. Maybe
it could be rabbit. It could be anything.
Could be anything.
Dude, at this point, it might be better than rabbit. I mean, worse than rabbit. I mean.
Thanks for having me.
All right, I don't even know what song did you play. Yeah, dude, awesome. You found your way on here. You stumbled your way on.
I was gonna play a David Carradine
I went to the laptop, man. I wasn't gonna bother with my freaking phone on Restream anymore.
Dude, honestly, Mr. Super, it's awesome to talk to you on Roger Michael Ledwell Jr., by the way.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Freaking Junior.
Amazing. Thanks, Roger. Freaking Junior.
Oh, Super is one of the first people who ever came on my channel when I started, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm late to the party. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He came on. And I'm going to have to go over his channel and check out his new stuff now.
Yeah.
It's cool to talk to smart people. I know it's getting late. I'm not as smart as I normally am, but I mean, I know you guys are smart people and you're actually my friends in real life. And it's kind of cool to know, to talk to people that are actually your real friends in real life, aside from like the fake internet.
Interweb?
Interwebs of insanity. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can find anything you want on the internet, dude. You got Babylon right in your living room.
Anybody, you guys on the panel and everybody in chat, man, if you get a chance, go to my channel, go to the posts, and look for that show that I did the other day with Sandy and Ray. It was pretty good. It's called "Is This the
Oh, dude, you know what'd be cool? Play a video made by Mr. Super Sidewinder. Oh no, you're already doing something.
I was going to do it.
David J. Karen?
Yeah. The Ends of the Earth. It kind of suits the timeline
Nice.
thing. I want to do a couple of shows on this.
Yeah, play one of mine on the way out too, Rod. You want me to send you a link or you got it?
Yeah, you can.
No. He has to play my song.
That's my video, sure.
Earth doesn't twirl. Everyone's wondering, like, does the Earth twirl? No, it doesn't.
Nope.
There's a song about it. Nope.
Check.
You check.
See you guys.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Hey, do you got your link, Super? You want to drop it in there for everybody?
Oh yeah, I can. Well, let's see. Yeah. maybe.
How many subs you got now as it goes?
Who cares? Subs don't matter.
360.
Wait, what?
Something.
Mr. Super has 360 subs?
Yeah.
You heard it?
That's awesome, dude. That's freaking awesome. 360? Nice.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think
freaking
so.
a 360 flip. 360 flip, dude.
I'm catching
Nice.
up with you, Super. I'm at 260 something or 280
Wait,
something.
what? Oh,
I'm
wow.
almost
We're
at
talking,
300.
dude, we're talking to somebody that has more subs than us. Oh, I bow down to you, Mr. Super.
Super's been here for a while, man.
Dude, Mr.
Yeah,
Super
bro.
crushes. People
Yeah.
love Mr. Super. Anyway,
Yeah.
peace out, brothers. Later.
Later.
I'm trying to get you a
Here,
link,
Mr.
Roger. I'm
G.
hanging with you for a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. I got it set at a faster speed. I got to stop this thing. It's going to sound weird. I
Look
said
at
the
that
other
burning.
video-
There's a burning flat Earth map. Map.
Yeah.
Look at that map.
I got to get it back to regular play speed. It sounds like the chipmunks in a minute. Whatever happened to the chipmunks? They got eaten. They became chipmunk nuggets. All right. You got the link in there, Mr. Super?
No, I'm trying to get the link to that show. Maybe, wait a minute. Is it? Let me see. Copy link address. Are you wanting a link for the song, or are you wanting a link to that
Oh.
stream that I was telling you about?
You can give me a link to just your channel for one. That way I can just give it to everybody else. Put it out there in chat so they can come over to your channel and watch it.
Yeah, I'll just do that. All right, I'll grab you a song while I'm in here too.
Okay.
Give me 1 second here. Videos. This is kind of cool. Show me. Show me. Oh, it's taking forever.
I like the crepuscular sun rays that radiate from the
I'm
top.
usually
to the
much
bottom.
faster at this sort of thing.
I hear you.
You're in the private. There we go.
And none of this is.
All right,
Like-
there's a song you can play for me, and then I think I can just dump my link in the chat.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Super. I appreciate it.
All right, brother.
All right, I'll see you the next time. If
Yeah, you
stop
know
by.
it.
And if
Oh,
I get
yeah.
a chance, I'll stop by you.
I'll be back.
I never see you do any lives though. Hardly. Just you're usually with
Rarely. I
Sandy.
usually do them. I do them on Sandy's or Ray's channel most of the time.
I'll see you
Or
later.
with
sir.
Joe or Joe Cool or, you know, I
Okay.
get around.
I know who you're talking about.
All right,
You're all
guys.
over the place.
Yeah, I know. I am everywhere.
I'm gonna play this one first.
From the ends of the earth I'd return just to hold you again. In a tavern in Plymouth, our adventure awaits. To my wife I bid farewell as she waved from our gate. With the voyage at sea, destiny I have date for 8 pieces of silver. I boarded my fate. With 2 years of provisions, from sauerkraut to nails, 9-ton hogsheads of rum and cask full of ale. We made ship-shape the rigging from crow's nest to keel, and with a weather eye open, Captain Cook set sail. Hang on to the winds and head out to sea. Beyond the horizon, the ends of the earth beckon we. In 3 years of discovering new lands for the crown, 200,000 leagues of boat have sailed around. On a mission for the mythical southern continent bound. say that beneath us graves await those drowned sunken men. Will our fate be to sink here or return home to see you again? In the fog and much darkness of a black midnight sun, our two ships separated, though we fight sounded guns. Time and tide wait for no man. To the end we have come, but come hell or high water, journey home's just begun. So turn the bow hard to starboard, put our stern to this hell. We've mapped the treasures of bayou, discovered tales we must tell. So never were seen again, lost all before they were fell. Come the white cliffs of Dover, like home we should yell. Hang on to the winds and cut through the sea. Beyond all horizons, the ends of the earth we have seen. Hang on for your lives, you're living your dreams. The final place can't be found, need be lost now, should know where it be. Blooming monoliths of Easter Island, nearly lost our lives, attacked by savages with rocks thrown in battle cries. On the Great Barrier Reef wrecked and almost capsized. But nothing compares to the endless sheer ice cliffs through no end. Those transparent blue frozen walls only we can know. Farther than ever reached before, far as any man can go. We return from the ends of the earth. To find hell frozen over there and back, we lost many good men. From the ends of the earth I'd return to hold you again.
Yes, it is, Scott. But this guy right here convinced me that they're wrong about their charts for sure. And I'm going to play Mr. Super out. And I'll see you guys on my next stream.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through. You make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometimes, I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us, building those castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all it is, and it don't make the flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, but not to those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building those castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I.
I hear the crystal raindrops fall on the window down the hall, and here comes the morning dew. And darling, when the morning comes and I see the morning sun, I want to be the one with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building those castles in the sky, just the two of us, you and I.
Night, everybody. That was awesome, Effie. I just got to look at that video. I'm going to end her. Night, guys.